What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Moneyline Media. We will be joined by wide receiver, NFL draft prospect out of Western Colorado, James Bryant, and I am super excited to hear all about his draft prospects. But first, let me tell you a little bit about some of our partners. Brooklyn Tides will be starting their season very soon, so make sure you follow them on Instagram, on us on YouTube. Follow the Tides. We love them. But back to the NFL draft, we have James Bryant in the waiting room right now. He is joining us right now. Hey, James, how you doing?
Good. How you doing? How you doing?
Good. Glad to have you on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Before we even start with the NFL draft stuff, I want to kind of talk about your start in football and maybe a little bit of your recruitment in high school. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Definitely. So I started playing football when I was 5. You know, my dad's side of my family, it was kind of a tradition for all the kids to really get into football young, I feel like. And I ended up just asking my mom at a young age if I could start playing, and she signed me up, and everything took off from there. I fell in love with the game pretty early.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then in high school, actually, I went to Chaparral High School out in Las Vegas. We didn't have a lot of wins or anything. My senior year, we kind of turned around and we ended up going 5-6, I believe. I wasn't really recruited out of high school. I was pretty big in the track team as well. I won state in high jump, got
All
third.
right, awesome.
Yeah, so I was kind of, multi-sport athlete, but I didn't have anybody really knocking on the door or offering me or anything. I had a couple JUCOs in Cali that gave me an opportunity to come out there, but I just financially couldn't do it. Single parent household, and
Gotcha.
hard to make that work whenever you have one
Understandable.
parent.
So you ended up choosing University of Charleston. Was that?
Yep.
I actually interviewed one of your former teammates, Jeremy Bell. Awesome guy.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. Yep.
Yeah, awesome. So tell me a little bit about your journey at Charleston.
Yeah, so I ended up getting over to Charleston first. The track coach, Coach Baez, offered me to come over there for high jump and triple jump and long jump to be a jumper. They had just started up the men's program, I believe, a year before or 2 years, maybe 2013, and I got there in 2015. So I initially got there first off of track alone, but of course I had all the intentions to, join football once I got there. So I walked on to the football team and accepted the scholarship for track. And, eventually got everything flowing, and eventually got some money from the football program and everything as well. And,
Awesome.
became one of those older guys on the team.
Awesome. If you could describe your time at University of Charleston with one word, how would you describe it?
Memorable.
Memorable. Okay. That's
was,
always good.
Oh, yeah. It was a great experience, like I owe that coaching staff a lot, in making me the receiver I am today. And my teammates over there really pushing me and making me a better athlete every day. I still talk to a bunch of guys from over at Charleston. It was a great atmosphere over there. We were really connected as a team. It was special memories I'll always have.
Awesome. So then you decided 2 years ago, was it, to go to head over to Western Colorado? What impacted your decision to leave the University of Charleston and head to Western Colorado?
Mainly trying to get closer to my family. My family is all women. I have my mom and I got 3 sisters. So I was trying to get closer to Las Vegas. That was the main reason right there.
Awesome.
To be able to, somewhat be able to see them more throughout the year, things of that nature. And, it was kind of a fresh start in a new offensive program for me, just a different way for me to market myself in a different offense as well.
Awesome. So what is one word you would describe now for your Western Colorado career?
Let's see. I don't want to say memorable as well, but it was, I enjoyed my experience at Charleston and Western Colorado. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good memories, and a lot of learning.
I got to ask you, now I'm going to get you into a little bit of trouble here. I'm going to tell you, if they went up against each other, who would end up being the winner?
I'm not too sure.
You're going to plead the fifth on that. You can't incriminate yourself in this one, right?
Definitely. It's amazing athletes on both teams. And I'm not too sure how it's work out, but it'll be a great game.
Awesome. Um, so I read that you actually in high school you were a cornerback. Does that help you as a wide receiver now, kind of knowing what the cornerbacks' moves are?
Somewhat, in high school, they kind of, if you're an athlete, they try to use you wherever you
You
can
can
be,
right, right. You
wherever
play
they
every position. Yeah.
exactly, but definitely it helps somewhat really understanding the cornerback position. But I would say in college, definitely that changed the game right there. Actually learning, what the defense is doing every play, what's the cornerback's job in this coverage, what they might try to take away from me in man coverage from film they watched on me the week prior, or what they're trying to do to my team's offense. So in college, I feel like that definitely I stepped up my game with that, and I owe my coaches big time with that. Film study was a big thing at Charleston and Western Colorado, so I definitely appreciate them for that.
And unfortunately, you didn't have a season this year. What have you been working on since your season kind of got canceled?
Uh, Definitely, I'm steady always working on my receiver craft, but it's been big time working on combine specific drills
Gotcha.
right now with everything, just trying to get this 40 down, the technique in that, the technique in the 5-10-5 and everything. I definitely want to just be well prepared whenever I am
For
performing
sure.
to, try to give me that upper hand on the other athletes that are also trying to make it this year.
So in your bio, you have draft sleeper. What does it mean to be a draft sleeper to you?
I'm a guy, not a lot of people know
That's
about,
true.
but
You're a diamond in the rough.
definitely, definitely. But once I'm able to showcase what I can do and, compete against these other guys that are praised and known throughout, the states and everything like that, I feel like I'm a top dog when it comes to that, in that aspect of being a receiver to be counted on and make plays.
Is there any other things that you're working on? Maybe okay, here's a better question. Sorry. For your track career, does that translate over to your football game as well?
I would say it does big time when it comes to high pointing balls and everything, with high
High
jump,
jump.
jump and everything like that. Everything is about steps and really learning how to use your body to, get that force down on impact on the ground. You jump as high as you can compared to whoever's guarding me, So those same steps I use with high jump and everything like that, it kind of comes into play whenever I'm getting ready to jump for like a 50-50 ball.
Gotcha. Is there any like wide receiver that you look at kind of as inspiration or someone that you try to model your game after?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Jarvis Landry is somebody I really like, and Keenan Allen. But
Okay.
Jarvis Landry a little more, just because I feel like our measurables are pretty similar: height, weight, hand size, and just kind of the way he plays. I feel like we're more relatable than any other guys in the league. So that's who I really try to mold my game around. And in the league, I feel like I'm a good slot guy. I feel like I would excel more in the slot, catching balls over across the middle and making the tough plays for the offense.
Awesome. Um, so you've talked about how you missed the season this year. Do you feel like was it tough knowing that you weren't going to have a season this year? Like, how did you mentally prepare for that?
It was really tough. It was really tough going through a fall without football.
Yeah, you've been doing it forever, right? You don't remember the
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I had really had to just reach deep down and just mentally be able to handle that and still do my schoolwork and still, we would still work out and we still have practices and everything of that nature. But it really made me think about what I was going to do next and, making this decision now to pursue the NFL. That was a big time for me to think that stuff through.
You're kind of talking about also lessons. Like you've learned a lot of lessons in your career. Is there any one that stands out for you the most?
Just throughout both my colleges.
Yep.
I would say here at Western, one thing that I learned is just how important special teams are. They
Right.
preach that a lot here. They always say do your 1/11th, just doing your job every play, and they really show how much special teams can affect the game. Good
Yep.
or bad. So that's one thing I've definitely taken into consideration and have learned. And I really appreciate them for teaching that and really harping on that so much here.
Awesome. What is something that you wish you could tell your younger self? Like if you could go back to yourself in high school, what's a piece of advice you'd like to give yourself?
Uh, Stay the course like I have,
Yep.
Stay the course. Don't give up. These hard times is gonna be worth it.
Who was the first person you're gonna call, or I'm sure you're gonna be, and I think I know the answer to this. Who's the first person you're gonna call when you get that call from an NFL team that they've selected you, they've signed you? What's that gonna be like?
That's my mom for sure.
Oh yeah.
My
How
mom,
pumped will she be? Is she like one of those crazy fans?
she's always supported me.
Right.
It's I'm her only son. I'm the only boy in the family, and this has always been my dream. So she's always supported me for that, with that, and I can only imagine how happy she'll be to see me finally fulfill my dream.
How many times has she had to cover your eyes because you're making risky plays?
Probably a lot, but she knows me and she knows my mentality and that dog I got in me. So she
Yeah.
probably she probably already knows how I'm going to react to things, and I'm just going to get up, shake it off, and be ready for the next play.
Oh, what is something that one of your like greatest strengths, your greatest attributes that you're going to bring to this whatever NFL team you end up with?
Playmaking ability with my hands.
Awesome.
I've said that a lot, and I'm ready to back it up as well. I feel like I can come into the league right now and have top tier hands in the league. I got 10-inch size hands. I got big hands, but the way I catch and my ability to catch in traffic and everything, I feel like it's definitely top level, and I can't wait to showcase that.
Awesome. Oh, what's something that you're looking forward to? Your first game out there. What's something that you're most looking? What's going to be the moment that you're like, wow, I'm here.
Coming out that tunnel,
Coming out, yeah, for sure. For sure.
hopefully by then the COVID restrictions and everything will be somewhat lifted. Who knows how everything will be, but hearing those fans and just hearing the crowd and coming out in those stadiums, that's going to be like, wow, like I'm really here. I really made it.
If you could relive one game in your college career, what game would you want that to be? It could be at Western or it could be at Charleston.
I would say if I could relive one game, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Let me think about that for a second. If I could relive one game, I would relive from the 2017 season at Charleston, my first game where I actually was contributing in the offense and making plays and stuff, and the feeling I had to like in my heart and everything, being able to finally contribute and make plays. That was special to me. We played West Liberty that 2017 season, and that was a very fun game, and that was my first time really being able to showcase some things in a college game.
Awesome. For the NFL team that you end up with, what are they getting?
I don't want to be cliche and say hardworking, but when you get a guy like me, you get dedication. I've my journey has definitely been a lot different from a lot of other guys. I didn't have all these schools knocking on my door out of high school. I didn't have anywhere to play 2 years after I graduated high school. It took me 2 years to get over to Charleston. You get a guy that has shown that I'm dedicated. I got real love for the game. I'm not looking to see what the game can do for me. I'm
Right.
worried about what I can do for the game. This is what I love to do. Being somebody that is self-motivated, of course, I have my mother. That's been my number one supporter, my sisters. But, I've been self-motivated from the beginning.
Awesome.
And you just get somebody that's not going to give up and give you their all.
Any team would be so happy to hear that. All right, so we play this game with all of our guests, and you're no exception. It's called Steady Fire. It's a lot of fun questions that might have to do with football, might not, but they're fun, easygoing questions. I won't be asking what team's going to win. If your two teams faced off, don't worry. But I will start with, what is your favorite home cooked meal?
Ooh. My mom used to make this dish growing up. and it's not really that healthy, but I used to love it. It was called she called it Mexican chicken. It was just like a grilled boiled chicken shredded up with Doritos and like cheese.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I used to love that growing up. That was for sure my favorite meal growing up.
Oh, you're not allowed to eat that now during training?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Is that going to be your first meal after you get the call?
Probably not. Probably not. But maybe one day again. But I don't know if I can handle all that cheese and stuff now. That dairy doesn't sit well with me.
Oh, gotcha. Any dessert with that?
If I had to choose a dessert, it would probably just be something simple like chocolate chip cookies.
All right. Hey, it's a classic, but it's good.
Oh yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what superpower would you want?
Any superpower, I would say. I feel like a lot of people would just say, be able to fly or be able to be telepathic. Maybe I would say strength.
Okay.
That would always be something, fun to have.
You'd have to move to tight end then, but that's okay. Do you have a cornerback? You talk about your high jump. Do you have a cornerback that you want to moss, like Randy Moss, like you've got mossed in the NFL? Like if you could moss any cornerback in the NFL, who would it be?
Jalen Ramsey.
All right.
That I feel like he's the top dog.
Yep.
Right now, so if I could do that on him, that speaks volume.
For sure. Did you have a favorite athlete growing up?
It was Randy Moss.
Randy, what was it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have done that question and then the other.
It was Randy Moss.
Favorite team?
Favorite team, Steelers.
Steelers, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you end up with the Steelers, you're gonna have to work on your TikTok skills.
Yeah, I'll be able to hit the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just say you lost every game at Charleston and you lost every game at Western Colorado. What is one team with each of those schools, so it could be two different teams, that you would want to play every year and absolutely destroy? Like you got to play one team every year and you destroy them for both teams. What teams would those be?
So one team with Charleston and one team with Western?
Exactly, yeah.
The team with Charleston would be Shepherd University.
Okay.
That would be a team I would want to beat every year. And here at Western, it would be Colorado Mesa.
Okay, awesome. If you could, we're only allowed to watch one TV show for the rest of your life, what TV show would you want that to be?
I would have to. That would be between Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I would have to. I don't know if I'll be able to choose between the two. If I had to choose between the two, I'll probably pick Breaking Bad.
Okay. Favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Okay. Do you have a favorite? Think of how to word this. Do you have a dream vacation spot?
I would have to say probably Puerto Rico.
Okay. Just say I had $1 million and I was able to give it to you, but you only have a half hour to spend it. How are you spending it?
I'm investing it.
Smart. Bitcoin?
Maybe so in stocks. Just I gotta check out where the stocks are right now, do my research and then invest.
Gotcha. If you weren't going to become a professional football player, what would you be doing?
Something related with sport, whether it's training. I don't know if I could see myself as a coach, but something dealing with sport.
Like strength and conditioning type stuff?
Yeah, something that or position, skill training, something of that nature. I have to have sports in my life, I feel.
Where has your favorite place to visit? Like, where was your favorite place to visit with all your teams? Like, is there one opposing stadium that was the best?
I would say I really enjoyed playing at in Pueblo Stadium.
Okay.
PSU cool. Pueblo. They got a really nice stadium. I had a lot of fun there.
Okay, awesome. Is there one team that like which one of your jerseys is your favorite was your favorite to wear out of both universities? Like what was the best color scheme? What was your favorite jersey?
Definitely here at Western.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I like the red and the crimsons and slate. That was my first little league team was the same color, so it brought back some old memories.
Who is your dream quarterback to catch a pass from?
I want to say Russell Wilson.
Oh, okay. We get a lot of Tom Brady is someone that we get a lot of.
Tom Brady would be cool, but I really respect Russell Wilson and his
He's a
grind.
great guy.
Yeah.
Um, if you could, if you couldn't play wide receiver, but you had to play another position, what position would you play?
Quarterback.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
Awesome. Could you throw the cannon? Would they be able to do a little wildcat with you?
Yeah, definitely. I threw a couple passes here at Western. I got an arm on me.
As long as they can catch it, right? That's the main thing. Maybe Philly. Hey, Philly's special.
There we go. I'm gonna get it there.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Awesome. I got one last question for you, and then I'll let you go. I know you're probably busy training and all. We talked about what you get, what the team that drafts you get. What about the fans of that team? What are they getting?
A lot of raw emotion in a player.
Gotcha.
Passion. You got somebody that loves the game, somebody that's going to show that on the field every day, every week. On Sundays, you're going to get that love for the game. You're going to feel that energy from me. And
Awesome.
I feel like that's something the fans could feed off of,
For
Who
sure.
doesn't like to watch somebody love doing what they love to do?
Everyone does. James, thanks so much for coming on. We'll be rooting for you here, and we want to be your first interview once you get picked up.
Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Have a good one, man.
You as well.
That was James Bryant of Western Colorado and the University of Charleston. Great guy, wide receiver, great hands. I know there's a lot of people who want him on their team. We all want a wide receiver with good hands. We do. That is it for tonight's interviews. 2 great interviews. Hope that you guys listened in. Again, make sure that you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Man, that was a long speech. Make sure you do. And hey, if you guys want a t-shirt, we're kind of making t-shirts now. Hit us up, and we'll give you pricing for them. Thanks so much. Have a good one, and enjoy the rest of this will probably be uploaded Tuesday or Wednesday.